welcome to the Iron Dog 63 show. I am your host, Iron Dog 63. I'm the invisible man today. I was messing around with some visible ink yesterday and I spilled it all over me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning. Good morning, Junkyard, Amish, Kevin, Steve. Beautiful day today, 32 degrees. Toasty. Well, Skeeta, good morning. Huh. Well, you know, you put more money into that piece of shit than anything else. That's a hell of a nice truck. That's right, woodworkers. And I bet that heater core is right where you can get to it too. Easy and accessible. I had a 66 Pontiac Tempest that had a heater core go bad in it. And I thought that was going to be a bad job. I went to take it out and it was like 5 bolts. And it was under the dash, not behind it, but under the dash on the, on the firewall. Took about 25 minutes. Probably. Yeah, you get the feeling that there's been more been done in the last week than has been done in the last 4 years. No, I didn't invite you to the Thanksgiving dinner is because you said to me if you couldn't wear your Harris Waltz shirts and hats, you weren't coming. And I said, well, you can wear them if you wanted, but didn't mean you were going to wear them when you left because I was going to burn them. Is that right, Pumpkin? Yeah. She's already feeling the effects of a Trump win. She got her first can of tuna yesterday. Yes, her did. You're not there? Well, congratulations. Oh, pretty girl. Yes, her is a pretty girl. Oh, my goodness. I bet it is. No, we don't bite. We don't bite. You'll become from a pretty girl to getting your ass whipped, girl. Yeah. No. Somebody's going to buy it because they ain't worth much. It's up for sale. Watch Elon Musk buy it. Pretty girl. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Wallace retired out of the blue. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know they should buy it. The Clinton News Network. Hey, you better not knock it over. No. No. Yeah. You knock over your water dish and this is what you're going to get. Yeah. Government efficiency, yeah. Well, they claim they're going to get rid of like 150,000 employees. That aren't doing anything right now. Government employees aren't. All they are is driving, or they're collecting a paycheck, but they're not really working. Well, Reagan was a good president. John F. Kennedy was a good president. Lincoln was a good president. FDR, he was a good president. He got elected 4 times. But he said a lot of stuff that people wanted to hear, but he didn't bring a lot of the stuff to the table. George Washington, he was a good president, but he was tied. He had his hands tied because he couldn't do much. Yeah, he won't concede. He may have been a terrible person, but he was a good president. Vampire killer. Yeah. To the fat lady sings. He went to the Opry, did he? She's queuing up right now. Yeah. Me. Versus the zombies. Yeah. I believe Abraham Lincoln was the tallest president we ever had, too. Let's see, I think because he was like 6'8" or something like that. Lincoln was 6'4", and Madison was the shortest at 5'4". So. I did what? Well, you're right about FDR. Everybody liked his charisma, but he didn't come through with his policies or his what he promised. Bill Clinton wasn't all that bad. He wasn't. But he was a big-ass liar. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah. FDR. Some things I admire. Yeah. Woody wasn't a saint. And it's my belief still. I have believed this ever since I was old enough to understand the JFK assassination. I believe that Johnson had something to do with it. because Johnson was in with, allegedly, Johnson had something to do with it. I can neither confirm nor deny. But Johnson was he owned stock and he was in with Halliburton, the war machine. The war manufacturer, they made, weapons of war. And John F. Kennedy wanted to get out of Vietnam. Well, if you get out of Vietnam, that means no more money for the weapons of war. Well, Johnson, being a businessman and having all that money tied up into the weapons of war with Halliburton, yeah, he wouldn't escalate Vietnam. He wanted to get out of there. Yeah, he ain't keeping his job. You bet it was. Yeah, ad coming up in 55 seconds. There's a picture of a jet hitting the Empire State Building. It didn't knock it down. It didn't do hardly any damage to it. It tore off the facade and went through a few of the offices and stuff like that. But it didn't do the damage like it did to the World Trade Centers. They do. They love nothing more than to take all our guns and then put us under the thumb. Well, you know what Tupac is backwards, don't you? Kaput. As a senator, yeah, Elvis is still kicking it. You're right. There you go. You know what? They've got one chance for the next 2 years because the House of Representatives have another election in 2 years. They elect every 2 years. So they have 2 years to prove this. They need to get out and get some work done. If they can, I haven't heard yet if they've gotten both the House and the Senate confirmed. But if they get the House and the Senate confirmed, they need to pass a bunch of legislation that helps America. Gets rid of a bunch of this BS that's going on. They lack 2 right now. And they can get the House and the Senate together and get it done. Once they get it done, They got 2 years to get a bunch of stuff done. If they can get a bunch of stuff done, they'll remain in power. Bob Joyce, that's right. Dear Bob, I should have 1 for the money, 2 for the load, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. And there ought to be term limits too. And there ought to be an investigation done on nasty Pelosi. Arizona, good morning. Arizona, could you do me a favor? Could you tell the people that are running your state to speed it up a little bit? Tell them to count faster. Square table. I know, but it would be nice if she spent the rest of her life in prison. Well, that and, confiscate all her wealth. Her and her husband's, Well, even 90-year-olds need to go to jail if they break the law. And said she took away their slaves. That's right. Yeah. There is flash floods posted all over the United States for all the Democratic liberal tears that have been flowing. I know we won't have time to do those elections. No. Did Carrie Lake, is she going to win or not? People are saying they hope she doesn't win. That way Trump will put her in office. I think that's what he's waiting for, to see if she wins or not. Yeah, but they still have a bunch of votes to count, though. And he was only up like 10,000 or something like that, wasn't she? That's what Nostradamus is saying. Voted for an ex-con, yeah. I voted for a felon. I have nothing against weed. It's just weed is hard to keep legal and keep out of the workplace. The first day they passed legal marijuana in Michigan, a guy left his house, drove out of his house, out of his yard, his driveway, and T-boned a state police officer. He was arrested, took it in, and he was under the influence of marijuana. Now, see, this is where I'm getting at. It's hard to detect, okay? He didn't have any marijuana on him, but he'd been smoking before he left his house in the morning to go to work. He was on his way to work. So if he was that stoned going to work, he was putting other people at risk at work, especially if he worked, I don't know where he worked, but if he worked in a factory or something like that, he was putting other people at risk. It can be, you know, sure. If you want to enjoy a joint after work, that's fine, as long as you're going to stay home. But don't have one before you walk out of the house to go to work, or roll a couple and smoke a couple before you go to work, or, you know, roll a couple and smoke a couple, then go to the party store. That's where it gets to be sticky. What's the difference if you smoke on the way to work, not before work? That's right before work, isn't it? I'm just asking. Right. And they're going to find out as soon as they figure out a way to test if you've been smoking weed, you know, within sooner or later they're going to have a test made where you'll be able to find out if you smoked weed within the last 6 hours or whatever, or 8 hours. And they're going to start giving that test at work, like it, you know, when you walk in the door, or, you know, an hour or 2 hours after you walk through the door. And they're going to find out if you smoked weed within 8 hours of your job. Then you're going to be stroked. I'm just saying that it's going to get to the point where, because it's no different than being drunk on the job. I have nothing against it. It's just I have it against if you're going to be out in the workplace or driving down the street or whatever, smoking it. And you can tell if somebody's smoking weed in front of you driving down the road, because it smells like there's a skunk in front of you, for, you know, if you're following them for the first 10 miles, you know. Well, no, wait a minute. Why should your truck drivers not be able to smoke it? I mean, according to your philosophy, it's okay. Why shouldn't they? You're discriminating against truck drivers there, Square Table, and cab drivers and Uber drivers and, you know, DoorDash and everybody else. Huh, it just snoozed, but shots, everybody, shots, everybody, shots, everybody, shots, everybody, shots, everybody, shots, everybody, shots. It's Water Glass Wednesday. We can't discriminate. We can't discriminate against them. So, Three Joint Wednesday. That's exactly how they're going to start treating it. If you come to work, I'll fire you. Sooner or later, some smart scientist is going to come up with a test that'll tell if you've been smoking weed within the last 6 hours or 8 hours. Um, yeah. Yeah, look at Brad. Yeah. And when they do that and that passes the FDA and all that other stuff, um, then it'll be all over. If you need to focus, then get that CBD oil. Get Harrelson's. It's cheaper. It's about to depart. He's headed to Washington. Probably going to tell Joe, you better not shit in my bed either. That's right. If she can shoot a dog, she can shoot an illegal alien. That's right. It cleared right up, didn't it? Tell Joe to get out of my chair. That's right. No, that's not what give it to you. I tell you what, if Joe's dog bites her, I'm pretty sure she's going to shoot that one. Well, the Department of Education shouldn't be a federal department anyways. It should go to every state and let them take charge of their own education. Fart on it, Tim. Fart on it. Yeah, you can't blame them. We have a Department of Education. We're like 38th in the world in education. There you go. Have her sit there till it's warm. You got an ad coming up in 55 seconds. That is smart thinking, Tim. Smart. No sense of you being cold. Most kids nowadays, when they graduate, they can't even tell. They can't even look at a clock with hands on it and tell you what time it is. Well, see, now you got so many other people that you can get to hate you. There's a little bit of good in everybody. Well, good is good somewhere. See? I gotta give me a cup of coffee.
Shots, everybody, shots! 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 Shots, everybody, shots!
Shots, everybody, shots! Shots, everybody, shots!
Shots, everybody, shots! Shots, everybody, shots! Everybody shots! Shots, everybody shots!
It's Water Glass Wednesday. Yeah. 4 shots. No, it didn't go off the first time when I went to look at it. It said it snoozed itself for 10 minutes. You go ahead and drink to that there, Junkyard. That's right. I don't know if you heard the other day or not there, Square Table, when I said my condolences about the passing of your friend. You up here? Hmm. Pretty girl. Yeah. Aw, pretty girl. Well, I'm glad breakfast has started. Oh, pretty girl. Sure is. She got to stay out last night because there wasn't no kids here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So, so now she either sleeps on the bed or she sleeps between my kneecaps, on my kneecaps. Okay. You just want to get comfortable. Okay. Remember when she used to do this all the time? I know a guy that made one hell of a video. Yeah. I really do think she loves me. She loves Kathy, though. Kathy will walk into the room and she just sits there and looks at her. And then Kathy will walk out of the room and she'll chase her down. There you go. Yeah. Oh, he's been gone a couple of years now. That's just a card. That's fine. That's fine. No, you're biting me. Don't be doing that. Oh, just me and my pussycat. Pussycat, pussycat. Yeah. Well, he'll be the first president to fly the new um, Air Force One. Because when he was in office the last time, they were getting a new Air Force One, but it would take 4 years to build. So he'll be the first one to fly in that one. Yeah, he worked his ass off this summer, didn't he? Yeah. Are you happy now? You happy, baby? Yeah. You only see Air Force One. You don't see all the other planes that go with it. He knows his way around, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's probably 2 or 3 cargo planes that go with it because you got to get that motorcade that goes with them. All them cars that got to go. The monster, or the beast, or whatever it is, his car. Just one C-130. I thought they had more than 2 limos. I do know that his personal driver that drives the beast has to be able to back or reverse drive at 120 mile an hour through an obstacle course. They did a documentary on that, and I seen it, and they were showing, them training, and they have to be able to drive 120 mile an hour in reverse. Your mom and daddy gonna take a little trip. Yeah, the helicopter. Now I know they have like 5 Marine Ones or whatever, so you never know which which helicopter he's in when they're flying. Yeah, they are. They're damn near bulletproof. Pretty girl. And yet we're supposed to bring all them Haitians over here because they're peaceful people. Yeah. Okay. See you later. Did you want me to sheeple what you bought, Kevin? Because I wouldn't think anything else could get that far up. All right, I will. I'm trying to get it to load. There it is. There. This is what Kevin went and bought the other day. I don't know why he went out and got that thing, but looks like a piece of junk to me. Huh. Did you look at this with both eyes open or were they closed at the time? This is actually the one he bought. I got a brand new John Deere seat just like that, still in the box. I'll take 450 for the seat. No, I don't have a seat. I seen it was bad, so I thought I'd say that to you. No, but if you know anybody that needs seats for a aluminum fishing boat, I have a couple of them. They clamp onto your bench. They're swivel. They fold up, they fold down. There's a strap on them to keep them down so when you tow the boat, they don't flip up during being towed. Mine are cheap. I don't know how much Walmart wants for theirs, but let me see. This is what I got right here. Let's see. $50 Walmart. The black ones are $39. And mine has the hardware underneath it. It has the clamps and the swivel and everything underneath it. This doesn't come with that stuff. You have to buy that separate. Now the clamps are put in, they're made with extra long bolts. They're like this, 18 inches long. So you can put them on and then you tighten down the nuts or whatever to whatever size you want, and then you can cut, you mark it, and then you take it off, and then you cut the bolt so you don't have this excess hanging off. I had a set of the padded ones. The padded ones are nice. The only thing is if you leave the boat out in the weather, even having the padded ones with, the vinyl on them, they still get moisture inside in the foam. Doesn't matter what happens, unless you got a tarp with a good tarp, you're still going to have moisture on them or in them. You go to sit down, you get a wet ass. With that plastic, you just flip it up, take a towel, dry it off, and you can sit down. There's something pretty neat there. They already got the ads up already? Damn, that's quick. You converted that to propane? Junkyard? Anyways, here's something that is pretty neat. 1928 Coleman truck. Comes with a V plow, 4-wheel drive. It doesn't look like that now. See, the ads are misleading on this thing. Doesn't look like that now. This is what it looks like now. Electric start too, that's cool. I think it's a piece of neat history right there. It'd probably cost you $50,000 to refurbish it. And there's the V blade. Well, let me see if the ads are up. Cornbread said they were. Oh, no, they're not up yet. No, I just looked. No. Yeah, they're not on. I misunderstood what you were typing. Deer hunting starts here in 2 days. It's already bow season, but gun season starts in 2 days. I'm looking. But you in yeah, two-legged deers, you're right. Yeah, ad coming up in 55 seconds. There ain't too much on Marketplace. We have oh wait. Now we have a bow season, then we have a gun season, and then we have a bow season again. Bow season, gun season, bow season, gun season, bow season, gun season, gun season, bow season. Yeah. That's sort of like, Bugs Bunny and the Duck. Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season. I need to put electric start. I only have, let's see. I think I only have 2 generators left, 2 or 3 generators left. I want to put electric start on my big one. That one is brand new. It's got less than 2 hours on it. I sold 2 generators at the farmers market, farmers antique tractor club. $250. I bought a moped, no lie, at an auction. Lost the keys. I bought a moped at the auction a few years ago, about 20 years ago, I guess it was. Maybe even more than that. I think it was 20 years ago. I give $25 for it. Guy said he couldn't never get it to run. I brought it home. I didn't know anything about them. I went out and bought a can of lead substitute for the gas, and I put a tank of gas in there, and I started kicking it over and shooting it with starting fluid until I finally got it started. And then once I got it started, I started messing around with the carburetor and spraying carb cleaner in it, and running the throttle until I finally got it to where it would run. And I got it running, and then it would run all the time just by starting it up. Just by kicking it. Anyways, I had that thing probably 6 months. I rode that thing all over town. I didn't care. I think I put like 4 tanks of gas in that thing. And it ran like a champ. It was a Puch, P-U-C-H. That's what it was. Anyways, I advertised it on Facebook Marketplace. And I wanted $250 for it. And some guy called me. I didn't have it on there more than 10 minutes. Called me. Said, "You still got it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Save it. I'll be down there to pick it up." He come down here. give me the money and picked it up. He said, you know how rare these are? I said, no, I don't. He said, you can hardly find them. He said, I have 3 of them right now, and I can't get any of them to run. So this one runs good. If I'd have known how rare they were, I probably never would have put it on for sale for $250. But I made my money on it. So it's a Puch, Puch, and it's a French made scooter or whatever. Hmm. Huh. Well, there probably are out west. You probably can find more of them out west than you can out here. Because here in Michigan and where we are, we have the winter months and stuff, and something like that you can only use 4 or 5 months a year. In California, Nevada, Arizona, and stuff like that, you can pretty much ride that stuff. Washington, Oregon, New Mexico, and stuff, you can pretty much ride that stuff, 12 months a year. And I would expect those to be worn out. You can find parts, Yeah, that's what this one looked like. It was a mini motorcycle. Hmm. It had the foot pegs, and it had the brakes. They had a foot brake, and then they had a handbrake on the left front. It had a foot brake on your right foot. No, this had a kickstart on it. Yeah, because it's less than 50. It was probably 49 cc. You guys kind of know a Vespa. All right, give me a cup of coffee and go to the little boy's room. I'll be right back. Got that coming up in 55 seconds. Huh. Election fraud. Fresh hash browns and eggs. That sounds good. I think I'll make that today. Nah, I still have, there's still two sausage egg sandwiches in the refrigerator, so we'll probably have that for breakfast and get those out of there. I made those Friday, so probably get that done. Now, great value sausages, yeah. I made this last night. Kathy bought a 5-pound bag of seasoned Italian sausage crumbles a few months ago at the antique or at Monahan's. And it's frozen, so it's actually like for pizza toppings or something like that. Well, we've been using it for different things. I made breakfast burritos with it one time. What else did I do with it? Shit. Oh, she did something else with it. I put it in last night. I took that spiral pasta, the kind that has, that's made with carrots and spinach and, the color, it's green and yellow and orange and that spiral pasta. I took that and I put it in boiling water for about 6 minutes. Drained it. I took 3 jars of tomato basil spaghetti sauce, put it in the pan, put about 1.5 pounds of that sausage crumbles in there, and some seasoning, some tomato basil seasoning, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. And I brought that up to a simmer. I drained the pasta noodles, and then I put them back in the pan. I dumped that pasta sauce into those, stirred it all in there nice and good, and got it all coated. I put it in a ceramic pan, oven dish, and I put it in the oven for like 20 minutes. Took it out, and I put mozzarella cheese on top of it, put it back in for another 20 minutes. Because it was so dark this morning that you couldn't see. Hell, everybody's already got their Christmas stuff up. What? So, anyways, it was pretty good. I got it out of the oven, went to dish it up. It wasn't soupy, it wasn't runny. All the noodles were coated. It was good. It had a good tomato basil flavor to it. I did have to put some salt on it. I hate to put salt on stuff because, being age, Kathy and I were both on blood pressure medicine, so I don't like to put a lot of salt in cooking stuff. I usually salt stuff to taste when I go to eat it. So I don't know. I turned that light on this morning because it was dark in here, but it didn't really make a difference because somebody left the lights on in the kitchen or out here this morning. I woke up at 1:30, come out here, and the lights were all on.
I thought you turned them on.
No, I shut them off. The girl was out here. She's looking at me saying, "What the hell you doing?" Then she bit me on the inner thigh this morning at 5 o'clock. I almost thumped on her. Yeah. I made tuna fish sandwiches yesterday for lunch. We hadn't had that in a long time. You sure can tell the difference between cheap tuna fish and Starkist tuna fish. Huh. Well, were they cooking? Yeah, there is a difference. Tilapia is good if it's farmed, if it's raised, wild caught raised. Okay, but most of your tilapia is raised in China and they're fed waste, feces. And I won't buy any. I won't buy any food made in China. If you get rice made in China or from China, it ain't rice. It's plastic pellets. It's food grade plastic that they've developed that can absorb water all up, and it looks like rice. It has no nutritional value whatsoever. The only thing it does is gives you a full belly. The only nutritional value you get is if you put something on it. I tell you what, if RFK goes over to China and sees how that chicken is, or fish is raised, he won't allow it over here in the United States. And all the chemicals they put in all this food, they're probably going to have to shut that shit down too, because most of your countries don't allow it either. This is the only country that allows it. It's because it's in the government pockets. This is the only country that has the majority of the people are obese, and it's because of all the chemicals that are in the food. You know, it's pretty bad when you go to the store and you walk down the aisle, it says health food. Shouldn't all food be healthy? Just saying. The corporations have, in the last 60 years, have killed America. They put so many chemicals in tobacco. There's like 5,000 chemicals in tobacco. There shouldn't be any chemicals in tobacco, but there's like 5,000 chemicals in tobacco. Almost everything you eat has chemicals in it. A lot of your breakfast cereals are the worst, and you're feeding that to your kids. You know, 60 years ago, breakfast cereal wasn't that popular. It was mainly you had eggs, bacon, or sausage, and toast, and hash browns or something like that for breakfast. Everybody ate that every day, and pancakes. Rats on a stick. Yeah, ad coming up 54 seconds. All right, you seen that video of that woman in New York barbecuing rats right there on the street? Ring ring pot stickers. You're somebody. I know that should be Miss Alba Junkyard. Which is it? One of your big lights you just bought from Timu? You don't have enough people to change it? Ah, there went Wing Wing. I know. One to hold the bulb and 600 to spin the house. I like that Polk County Sheriff. That guy is cool. He puts it right in perspective. He don't care. That's it. Put the lotion on. Put the lotion on. Yeah. Nipple six? You mean nipple socks? Right. There you go. That's right. You need a supervisor and an HR person. Yeah. All in a day's work. All in a day's work. So I just remembered I got a couple of salmon fillets in the freezer that I bought up in Traverse City when we were up there last summer. I should get those out and thaw them out. We can have salmon one night for dinner. Probably. Well, Brad's too busy with his birds. Did you watch the Laura Engel last night there, Junkyard? the Angle. She said, hold on, people, get your popcorn ready. And when she said that, I said, that's amazing because I had my bowl of popcorn right there. I bet. I know. I felt so hurt too. The angler, that's right. Right, guys? You know, guys, if you take these finches and you tie their legs to the roof of your house and you get 10,652 million of them, and then after you get them all tied to the roof of your house and you yell real loud, boom, they all take off. When they all take off, house up. And once they lift your house up, you can get underneath there and clean real good, and then they'll let it right back down on you. That way you can get your house cleaned underneath. Just another handy tip from, you know, guys? Right, guys? Tell me yes, money, that's right. Hey, exactly, guys. I'm tired of these guys, empty promises, broken promises. If you're going to leave the country, leave. I said if Trump lost, I was moving to Mexico. And I would have moved to Mexico because everybody in Mexico would have been in America. Mexico would have been a great country to live in because there wouldn't have been nobody there. Well, welcome back. Where'd you go? Didn't even miss you. Huh. Yeah, now it's going to be crowded. I'm all going back home. Yeah, he makes you feel smart. I know. I feel like Einstein every time I talk to him. Now that I got oxygen to my brain first. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget when he said that. Now, if you breathe through the nose, you get oxygen to your brain first. You do? I think the chairman was on there at the time, and I could see that. I think with the look in his eye was, are you retarded or what? But, okay. Mm-hmm. Onion garlic, that's right. His brain's in his ass, that's right. Every time he farts, he gets shitty ideas. So. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Good, Kathy. You're looking lovely as ever. I gotta know. I've seen her. Mm-hmm.